Hi, everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw a commando droid from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on. It will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, Commando Droid. So, yeah, I had a request and I'm filling, it's Star Wars week. Filling out those requests for all of you Clone Wars watchers, right? So I talked about this before that I figured out that all you guys like the Clone Wars. That's why you keep requesting all these crazy clone robots, these crazy clone troopers and what do you call them, and robots, you know, troopers, commandos, right? So I don't watch the clone troopers or the clone. I don't know how to speak is really what it comes down to, and what I'm trying to say is not that I don't like them, I just never got around to it. So I'm like super behind on the Clone Wars, and it's unfortunate because it's good and I want to watch it. I just have no time. That's where what it comes down to. So I just never got around to it, and hopefully I'm going to, but there's a lot of stuff to catch up with. So we'll see what happens. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't ever get to watch it, and so I don't know much about it. So everybody that requests stuff, I didn't get it for the longest time. I was like, why am I getting requests for all these the same characters over and over again? So, you know, to me, Clone Troopers, it's the same thing. So somebody's like, draw Waxer, draw Boyle. To me, it's the same thing, you know. But, you know, I don't mean to be negative about it. I'm just saying I just don't understand it from a non-watcher point of view. I don't understand why there's another guy that looks exactly the same or something like that, you know. To me, the guy looks the same, right? Anyway, then it clicked. It clicked that, oh, you guys are know the stories, and you guys know these characters from the stories of the Clone Wars and whatnot, and so they mean something to you. So, you know, to someone like me who never watches it, it doesn't mean enough, so I don't get it, you know. But again, that's my own problem, you know. That's my thing. So I don't mean to say it in a negative way, like, you know, why are we drawing this? But I was like, I didn't get it. But now it started to click. Like, oh, that's what you guys like. You guys like the Clone Wars characters, and so it makes more sense. It's just crazy for me to think that you guys are not wanting 9num, you know, or I'm just drawing a blank on Hammerhead's name right now. But anyway, like that, you know, the classic characters, because that's what I grew up on. I grew up on the classic characters, and so I kind of expect everybody to grow up with it, you know what I mean? It's like you guys have your own Star Wars, and that's great, that's fantastic, and that's what I love about it, is there's so much for everybody and all kinds of cool stuff that we can all, you know, enjoy it for our own reasons. And like I said, that's just an amazing thing, and that's what the resilience and the fantastic power of Star Wars. That's why we all are here and watching it and enjoying it, you know, because it's just so great. I think I'm ready with the sketch here. This worked out pretty well. That was a quick sketch. So let me erase some of these sketch lines real fast and then we'll get going. What I normally do is I throw down some sketch lines real fast just to get placement and make sure I'm, you know, in the camera, that kind of thing. And then as I get more confident, I press a little harder so I can see better. And then ultimately I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil line. So when I lightly erase like this, the sketch disappears, but the confidence lines, there takes a little bit more pressure to erase, and I'm not adding that much pressure. So I'm getting rid of the sketchiness, I'm keeping the confidence, and that's how you live your life. Get rid of your sketchiness, keep your confidence, you'll do amazing things. So I say we get going, welcome all the skippers, and start inking. Welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that the fine point can't quite find. Sketch the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Star Wars, check out that playlist right there. Or just check out the playlist in general because I do so many that I may have already drawn what you're looking for. So I'm going to just jump right in with the big Sharpie. Normally I do this for the details of the face, but no face, right? Okay, so he's kind of looking off this way. So I'm going to go ahead and start with his nose, and we can build from here, right? I'm going to come this way, and then come up for the side of his face, and go back to the back, just the old dome, like this. Then come back around, but he's got little placement for his ears. So if I come back around, I'm just going to kind of bump it up like that, just a little bit. Come out and then reconnect like that. So now I'll add the smaller Sharpie to get some of these details in. Ooh, it's thundering outside. I don't know if anybody can hear that. I got music playing, so you probably don't, but if power goes out, you won't know because I'll re-edit this. Okay, there's his muzzle, I guess. It's not really a mouth, right? Okay, so his eyes have that line through it. I think I'm going to draw the eye and then draw the line through because that's what it looks like to me. So I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to thicken mine up just a little bit because these lines end up being so thick that I like to kind of match to make it a complementary or a edge line, I guess. Okay, so since it's curved over like that, you're going to see this much of the ear, the eye like this. That's all you can see. But also, the reason I like to thicken up little things like this is because when I do lines like this, like the seam, or like his head, his little forehead helmet thing, right? It doesn't look like the same kind of line. I want it to look a little different, a little thinner, you know, like a manufacturing line. That way it kind of looks like it's a seam rather than an edge. Make sense? Alright. Alright, so coming in hot with his neck. Come in like this. And he connect it down to his chest. And then, let's see, I want his chest to be like this. And then his like, what do you call it? It's not really, I want to say it's a chest armor, you know, but it's not. It's his body. If he was wearing a suit, like a trooper or something, sure, it might be chest armor, but no, this is his suit. But also, I have to stop because you always draw what's in front, so when you draw what's behind, you know how much you got to draw, right? You're not accidentally drawing through when you draw the fingers, kind of thing. His gun is in front of his body, so I need to bring the arm around to draw the gun, so then we can draw the gun. So I'm going to stop there. It's going to come across right here. I say I'm going to stop there, then I start drawing. What a liar I am. Okay, let's see, because there's a seam. I want to draw more. I just want to draw more, but I gotta wait. Okay, so let's see his wood, right? His little wooden edges. I'm gonna come through like this. Now his arm is kind of turned, So I'm going to draw the edge of it like this, coming down. And then we're going to say that, let's see, that thing is going to come back. This is going to be part of that socket here. But again, see, now this is in front. Again, so there's only so much I can draw because I have to really draw the gun first. That's really what it comes down to, but I can't. I got to lead you guys there before we start drawing. Okay, so there's his arm. I can at least get that much done. And then his what do you call it? Elbow is going to be like this, coming around, and then we can go ahead and draw the edge of his little wooden arm, his little wooden piece, whatever this is. Is that wood? That's what it looks like to me. And then the rest of it's going to come through like that. So see, I had to draw all that before I could draw this. So that's why sometimes you have to draw what's in front to get what's behind. You know, it's kind of a strange way to think about it, but it's about what's in front and what's behind, that kind of stuff. It's planning. It's all about planning, really. So now we can draw his hand. I'm going to draw the base, the meat of it, whatever you want to call this, the hand part, the palm, the back of the hand. That's a palm. That's a palmette. And so I'm going to draw his fingers. This. And this, and then they're wrapped around the muzzle of the gun. So we'll draw the gun like that. How he's pulling the trigger, well, I'm going to say that one's out a little bit more. Okay? So now let's draw the gun. So, and I'm making this up. I don't really have good pictures. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. So I'm going to do this for the first part, then I'm going to connect it further. And again, I want to draw what's in front a little bit. That way I can make sure I don't draw through it, you know? That's kind of why I was showing you fingers. It's like, you know, if I was going to draw these fingers, I got to draw what's in front of it first so I don't actually draw these lines through these lines. Planning. It's all about planning. It's really what it comes down to. Let's see. I know this looks kind of strange, but I'm just kind of drawing gun parts. That's the best way I could say it. And a lot of times I just kind of look at it as like, well, there's a manufacturer, someone is making these guns, which I think are faulty. I have a fun little story I tell myself that whoever's making these guns makes them faulty, makes them so they don't work. And that's why troopers can't shoot. That's why, you know, they can't see, that kind of thing, because it's kind of like the whole Galen Ursa thing, like they're making them to fail, right? Okay, so I want this going this way. My sketch is a little bit lower, so I'm gonna have to bring it up. So I'm gonna stop right about there because I want to draw the fingers, but I'll go ahead and draw the top part because they're not wrapped around the top. Something like that. So let's draw these fingers wrapped around. Something like that. We'll do another set. Okay, I got my window open. It's a nice breezy day, so if it's too loud, I apologize. But you might not hear it, because again, you probably just hear the music. But there's planes up in the air, it's super loud. Okay, so there's also, I'm just going to draw it thick like that. I'm going to go ahead. Normally I don't draw anything blackened in. I let color take care of it. But this one is so heavy that I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now there are a bunch of like little details in it like this. So we'll go ahead and put some in just to kind of, again, make it manufactured, make it real, I guess is the best way I can say. So yeah, that's where I was going with the whole manufactured things. I kind of think, well, someone makes this, so it's parts put together. It's not just us drawing, so how would I make it look like it's got parts, And that's all I do. That's it. It's that simple. Okay. And that's simple. I say that's simple, but I know there's a lot of lines in there. But also, remember, I totally made this up. I got a picture, but I really made it up, so I'm not concerned with, is it perfect? Is it 100% accurate, Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. I don't know. Maybe everyone's out there that's like, that looks nothing like it, and I want to draw it just like it. I'm sorry. Okay, but again, now that with what's behind, now we got what's in front, I can draw what's behind. So now I can continue this down. I can draw the rest of the arm, I guess. But we only have to draw so much because you can only see so much now. All right, so his other arm, his forearm. Let's draw the rest of his hand. It's like this, basically, because it's going underneath the arm, then coming up to the forearm there. But again, see, there's only so much we can really draw anyway because of the way that stuff is in the way. Color will help separate some of that too, so don't get too frustrated if that looks a little mushy, a little messy. All right, so this is coming in. This one you can't really see because it's really coming through like down through here. We'll just do like this just to show that there's an edge, and then we're going to start to draw his spine into his side right here. And then let's do this. Something like that. That's going to be the opposite there. I'm going to connect them. Here, let's do it now. Let's go ahead and just connect everything. And this is also why I like another Sharpie, just to give it that highlight, what I was talking about it there, that seam, just to kind of, again, make it look manufactured. Let's see, he's got a little power eye on the button right here, or power button, I guess. Something like that. Alright, so this I got zoomed up and over. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so now it's going to be pretty easy. I mean, to me that was easy because I had already planned it out, but to now it's just pretty much just underwear, robot underwear, right? And what do you call it? Joints, robot joints. So I want to draw his leg. Let me see. Hang on. Let me see if I can find a good picture of the details to make sure I'm getting it right. There we go. So his leg, I'm going to draw like this, and then connect it in a second. Go down towards the center. Right, and then I'll draw the joints there. We'll go ahead and draw a few so you see where we are. And hang on, I know that looks a little forward. I just want to give you some details of where that is, because remember, this is housing, so it comes back here like this. That's inside, and that's up. Okay? So all that, same thing on the other side, but you see this is covered up because of the outside. Here it's on the inside, so you can see more of the gears that help it move. Okay, and this has some And let's go ahead and do both sides so we know where we are. So this one's going to come around like this. Something like that. We'll do that little edge like we did right there. Like that. And okay, so the knees are just circles. I mean, that's kind of the other thing about this, because it's a what do you call it? A 3D made figure, like, you know, for the Clone Wars. That it was done very simply. They just did as easy to animate as possible. So his knees are basically just circles. That's it. No wires, no nothing, no trying to make it tricky. Let's just put in circles. That's all they did. And hey, good for them, because rendering is hard, and sometimes you got to cut some corners just to, you know, make it work. So good for them. All right, so let's draw his leg. This. Let's do the same thing over here, and then we'll add some highlights. And let me see if I can find a picture of their feet. That's the hard part. Okay, there we go. Kind of flare it out a little bit, like that, like I did there. Duh. And see, let's do like a little bit of. Here's the front. So we'll do the front like. Just trying to show that scene, you know. Something like that. Awesome. Okay, and so now we just gotta draw some shoes, some robot shoes. So same thing, they just kind of connected them by ball joints. That's simple. Again, not knocking them. Sometimes simplicity is the easiest way to go, but still looks good, you know? That's the thing. It's like you can do it and say, well, they're cutting corners as being taking the easy way out, but sometimes it looks pretty good. Well, I see why they did it. It makes sense. And good for them, you know? Do what you gotta do. Right. And again, let me just add some just some edge lines just to show that, yeah, it's got some hard edges, but we're at a different angle, so don't have to draw them all. But there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is a Commando droid.
So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.